In those days, back in I think 98, 99, a car of this sort with this performance that it had was nowhere to be seen. I mean, we had not sat in anything faster at the time. This car is sort of made me who I am, you know. I'm Neville Poonawalla. I am the owner of a 1985 Ford Mustang GT, famously known as the Fox Body Mustangs. Sort of had the car for the last, I think, 25, 26 years. It was built by Samir Mauli in America as his engineering project. He wanted to sell the car. And it so happened, a friend at the time said that why don't you take a look at it? It's something really up your alley, because I was very interested in modifying cars, and sort of most of my cars were modified and they run pretty well. Told my dad at the time that let's go and see this car. We went to the place, saw the car. He took me for a drive and I was really thrilled with the performance, etc. And I told him that I said, my dad's scared of fast cars, so don't take him too fast in the car, you know. Knowing very well that if he saw the potential, I wouldn't get it. My dad also was an enthusiast, and in his day he used to rally and race as well. In 1978, he bought a big Chevrolet Suburban, 5.7 litre V8 engine, and that was the first, I guess, a taste of the big V8 engines that I had. I was always interested in cars, basically, even as a kid. You know, lots of these battery-operated cars, matchbox cars, and I had a bicycle, so I used to fiddle with the bicycle because anything mechanical is what really interests me, you know. Somebody gave me 20 rupees at the time, I would figure out that how do I go and spend it on the bicycle to make it look better, you know. So I guess that is part of the DNA, because my dad did the same thing when he was young. I also was technically or sort of mechanically involved in the car, you know, trying to make it go fast. You know, sort of I used to get my hands dirty, fool around with stuff, see if I did something, did it go faster. And then of course came along 2003 Ford, where the drag meet was held by Speed and Autocars. Drag racing is, you start from zero, okay, you what you call stage at the start line, and you launch the car and drive it for 400 meters and you break another light beam, and that's the time taken. So the fastest time wins. There's so much that goes into that 12 seconds, you know, that you go there, you stage, you do a burnout, you warm up the tires, you're almost holding the clutch up half just from the point where the car goes forward. I think 2004 or 5, I mean, I think I was at the peak of what the car could do, you know, so I sort of wanted to put more power into the car. And I think 2007, I managed to get a supercharger kit for the car. And on the first run, I think the engine blew. And that was pretty much the end of my stint for drag racing, you know. I put everything back together and sort of it came back to street. back in 2017, sort of one morning I was driving to work in the Mustang, and as I came into Rajkot, I was noticing that some fuel was leaking from somewhere and the fuel gauge was dropping quicker than it should. Slowed the car down, I noticed a big fire come through the bonnet of the car, through water, and it somehow just didn't go out, and I realized that the ignition had remained on and the fuel pump was still working. After about 3 attempts, managed to open the bonnet and hold it open, by which then the guys from the neighboring car dealerships came with fire extinguishers and we put the fire out. It was a heartbreaking moment for me because, I had sort of maintained the car as an original car as much as possible, except the performance, nothing else in the car was pretty much changed, The whole interior of the car was burnt to a cinder, seats were burned, the glass broke, the dashboard collapsed, what else? The whole engine area was pretty much completely destroyed. And, sorry, I'm getting emotional. I said, I'm going to repair this, come what may, because I already made up my mind that, this is what it was. This car had sort of given me a lot of knowledge, understanding of where I was at the time in life. All the dreams that I had for 20 years or so of what I wanted to do this one. I sort of said, why not, go ahead and do it. And piece by piece, we refurbished everything. So comparing sort of this 1985 car, which was a very basic, in a way compared to today's modern generation of cars, a very rudimentary and basic mechanical machine, Initially I always thought, no, it was white, I'll keep it white, Found this Ford Lightning Blue. So got the color code, I said, let's do it blue and something different, and the car would look also much better in the blue than it would have in the white. And slowly, I think over 2 years, we built the car back up completely, to sort of the way I always wanted it, I'm working towards getting it back to what it used to be, So the engine is completely rebuilt, but the sound, the aura, the driving is what I want to bring back. And so I'm working towards that. When I think back, it's been an amazing journey, Different things sort of falling in place in a way at the right time, I would say, And enjoying what I do, I have my own little workshop. I repair cars for fun, repair my cars for fun. Sort of that's what pretty much keeps me going, keeps me ticking. I'm thoroughly enjoying what I do. There's no two ways about that.